Is another New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper. Peace and Black Power, family. This is King Sha with New Black World Order TV Productions, right? I came to talk to you today, or rather this morning, family. It's like 4:44 a.m. in the morning. I thought I'd come and talk to you, family, because I haven't talked to y'all in a while. As far as me addressing you, I brought you many different people with some great information, right? But we want to talk about the number 444. It's a lot of talk on the internet, on Facebook and social media about the number 444. Jay-Z's new album title, and that's what I want to discuss, the title of the album rather than the album. I may go into talking about the song J-Bo, but for the most part, I'm gonna be talking about the number 444. 444 adds up to the number 16, right? And a 1 and a 6 is a 7, and 4 times 7 is 28, right? Since we talking about the 4 prime numbers, and that 4th prime number being the number 7, and 4 times 7 is 28, and we got that 7 from 4 times 4 is 16, right? And 1 is 7, 1 and 6 is 7. So that's where we got the 7 from. And since we're dealing with the number 4, we multiplied 4 times 7 and came up to 28. And we also know that if we take the numbers from 1 to 7 and add them up, we come up also with the number 28. And you do it as follows: 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. But noted though, when we count the numbers from 1 to 7 and add up to the number 28, we got the number 7 from the 4 fours. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay, so when we take in consideration that Minister Louis Farrakhann weighed in on Jay-Z's title, album 444, and he really didn't give a lengthy address to the number. He really didn't go into great details of the number. He really didn't speak of mathematical theology. He talked about 444 being the time for the first morning prayer called Fajr, and to which we call Fard or Farad or Fard. And Fard is spelled with 4 letters, since we're talking about the number 4. The Nation of Islam shares in beliefs, with certain European people, such as Jews, their eating habits. They share both in the same eating habits, the way of worship, the way of economic gathering. All of these are similarities with Jews, right, who regathered in 1776, right? Who gathered what they call the 12 tribes or the 12 nations of Israel, and all of them are European nations in 1776. The Nation of Islam also shares in celebrating Independence Day on the 4th of July, 7 being the 4th prime number, that's the 4 and the 7. 1776 being the year, right? But Minister Louis Farrakhan didn't tie that together. If we take the number 4 and multiply it by triple 4s, we get the number 1776. And that sort of explains to us why is it that the Nation of Islam celebrates the 4th of July. Why do they share in commonalities and similarities with a United States holiday and with the religious conducts and codes of Jewish people? Because the N.O.I. is also the N.O.I. Let me say that again. The N.O.I is also the N.O.I, right? If we take the acronym for the Nation of Islam, right? If we take that acronym, N.O.I. N.O.I adds up to the number 38, just like the number 4 and 7 adds up to the number 11. 3 and 8 also adds up to the number 11, right? So we see these similarities. We see these numerical connections that leaves a signature of the commonality. So 444, right, multiplied by 4 is 1776, right? And if we take the 38 that comes about from the N being a 14, the O being a 15, and the I being a 9, it adds up to the 38. If we subtract 38 from 360, we get the number 322. I'm gonna talk about that later because it ties into what I'm talking about now, is that the United States government, or wise Muslim sons, Shriners, had something to do with the teachings that Master Farrakhan Muhammad brought. They had something to do with the formation of the Nation of Islam and its doctrine that was taught to black people. And when we finish and further discussing this 444 and Minister Louis Farrakhan weighing in on it, and him basically talking about that it meant death, as if he was trying to scare somebody away from the number, which is normally a tactic of those gatekeepers and those people who control the information and control the flow of information and which information people delve into. So I was kind of, like set back by the talk of death about 444, with Jay-Z just mentioning it. And then him not going into any greater details about the number, to which he could have, because as the favorite statement in the Nation of Islam is mathematics, mathematics is Islam, and therefore you must speak your mathematical theology well. And he only could tell us about prayer, 444. But Elijah Muhammad told us to get on our knees and to beg a mystery God. Takes us into dependence. It does not take us into independence. And for 1776 and July the 4th are pretty much symbols of a people putting it all on the line and going for independence. This is what the so-called American Negro must do. But Minister Louis Farrakhan led us to prayer. He led us to a bended knee. And Elijah Muhammad told us, brother, get up off that ground. Get up off your knees and stand up on your square, brother.